a time where you realize at the end of the journey is not all you set out to be. I'm right here, right now with my family. Yeah. My family, all I need is my family. 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 Make them so damn proud of me. To make my anatomy. I hear it don't make sense to me. Nobody got your back, you see. Hate them, but I'm about to be the change that I do wanna see. Spit these freeze over swift brick speeds. Gonna compete, look at me, defeat the natural monster inside of me. Love in abundance, but never a feed. They stacking up hundreds, I be on a spree with a lead. Don't like me, gentlemen breed me. Familiar, I be defending hard. In the street, I pack the boulevard. You are not a part, I'm made out of stars. Constellations, got them looking up at bars. Steady, patient, constantly racing. Family that I find amazing. You were there from the beginning's end. Stuck to the product, that's my first attempt. Put it down, let's change the town. From a town that it never snowed in. Pour it in, this potent. Soaked in a flow that never be conforming. Captain the boat that be getting through storms. And positive flow, keep that important. Expo flows out there recording. Experts know that I can only feel the gang clean to cannoli. Feel the pain, Manolo after Tony. Bring the sound, boy, call me Sony. PlayStation, this life is here for me. Bandicoot when I crash a beat. My family, what keep the heartbeat and blood pumping out on gold week. Trendsetter, let a whole fleet. But the family worry cause I never sleep. On the ball like spaghetti, we all about to eat. Let's go. My family, all I need is my family. 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 I'm rolling with Eli related to Sammy. Listen to Linda, they cannot offend me. Always been a thing good, mind so healthy. Think I'm on the brink of finding plenty. People that turn into family. This blood that's inside of me don't define who I would treat like a brother of mine. We unite in spirit and connect the minds. For a revolution, it's about time. Let the good of this world outshine. Tip the scale with this grind. Peter Bell, please don't try and test mine. Find high grade when my score combined. Homeschool knowledge is my primary grind. Built the body, turned it into a shrine. Body old boy, can't be plus blind. Freddy got scammed, this life an event. Some negative people will surely come in. Let go of your ego, we all about to win. None of these labels are true at the end. Knocking my dorsal, ain't talking to Ben. Avenger time, baby, guess we gonna sin. What book is relative to heaven in? The criteria that let us all in. Questions rhetorical, save it for church. I'm finding my Lord here on the big verse. Soul eternal, even after the hearse. First life for the second I rehearse. Fight right, every second could be your last turn. Roll it up, breathe might be your last burn. With family, we went band to yearn. Knowledge is power, we gonna learn. My family, all I need is my family. 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 My family, all I need is my family.
Check, check, 1, 2, ayy, check, check. I don't know if I can rap this shit. Yeah, ayy. Yeah. Look at my wrist, yeah, it's poppin'. Took the whole family shopping. Funny that you always flexing. Just saw your car at the auction. Niggas on IG be stalking. All these girls, too many options. Act like I don't hear you talking. Drop it and they just come flocking. I just phone that they sat in. Then got Gorilla Gang tatted. I went like it's automatic. Passing these niggas is tragic. Wearing all black with no magic. You just got green in your ice. They all stop checking the facts, so I just stopped treating them nice. I see you looking, I see you watching. Wasn't too long ago, we was just talking. I'm sorry you hate me now, and I don't mean that I'm sorry for me. I'm just sorry for you, cause you won't get to see what a hot king can do when he's given the chance to become what he knew he could. Now my shit's popping, oh and I'm shocking. I'm just from Buffalo, I shouldn't make it. Was right by my auntie, but that woman hated me. Good at pretending for everyone faking it. Now I'm awake and I see why they made the choice to kick me out just as soon as I made the choice. Now I'm a king, yeah that's the thing, happens a lot. Fatherless kids, yeah we come by the lot. Changing shit whether you like it or not, he would come like it or not. Look at my wrist, yeah it's popping. Took the whole family shopping. Funny that you always flexing. Just saw your car at the auction. Niggas on IG be stalking. All these girls, too many options. Act like I don't hear you talking. Drop it and they just come flocking. I just phone that they sat in. Then got Gorilla Gang tatted. I went like it's automatic. Passing these niggas is tragic. Wearing all black with no magic. You just got green in your ice. They all stop checking the facts, so I just stopped treating them nice. Fuck the whole industry, music and media. Started my own shit, I don't think they feeling me. I just don't get it, so fuck it. I'm done with all this luck shit. Y'all think y'all scaring me, so I address it. But now all your niggas is running. All of your monsters just running. No talent, but your shit is funded. Now all y'all think y'all real funny. Clown flexing with that fake money. Can't buy shit without real shit, so you rent shit cause you real dummy. Just invest in mine like a broker. New money coming soon. Yo last post got like 50,000, but you can't fill the fucking room. Look at my wrist, yeah, it's popping. Took the whole family shopping. Funny that you always flexing. Just saw your car at the auction. Niggas on IG be stalking. All these girls, too many options. Act like I don't hear you talking. Drop it and they just come flocking. I just phone that they sat in. Then got Gorilla Gang tatted. I went like it's automatic. Passing these niggas is tragic. Wearing all black with no magic. You just got green in your ice. They all stop checking the facts, so I just stopped treating them nice.
Inconceivable!
Caught me a red fly. Too many people on a bandwagon. Dumb band through that hellfire. Came out lethal like a red dragon. Same old rapper with the same old flow. Got that fame, but you sold your soul. You a warlock, I'm the dark assassin. Said thick stacks, mo change, big bags, faux change. Get that money, said big facts, no gains, big stats, mo fame. We back stunts, said big names on stage, big trap, no shame. Going in, running that big check, my name, sign
I got
that,
hairy legs.
rain. Come back, come and just come up, hey. Let's be with that drama, hey. Saw that fatty mama, hey. Told her I don't wanna, hey. Come up, hey. Let's be with that drama, hey. Saw that fatty mama, hey. Told her I don't wanna, hey.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Swole Normuth.
The sun is
shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing, 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 testicles. Welcome everyone to episode 3265 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular Swolecast, Beercast, Broadcast, Gamecast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleazecast, and Slaycast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beeshes, booshes? Bustas, hustlers, and your hoes. It's your boy Papa Swole back with another episode. Today's episode of the Beescast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everest and K2, flexing on all you What's going on, fam? Welcome to the show. Hashtag 7 pillars. Drop that in the comments down below. We'll give this swole card away to one of you lucky beeshes, and today is our accountability meeting, so we have awesome posts and responses from the accountability text, and of course, we'll take some questions. And we will drop some epic new releases. Are you ready, fam? Drop in the comments down below. What are you smashing today? Thanks for being here. Reminder that all the links are down below. Joining the fam over at swolenormousx.com to get access to all of these new releases and more. We had an overtime segment last Friday that's available inside the app, the Swolenormous app for members. And of course, if you're interested in picking up 20% off all merch, head on over there to papasolio.com. Today, I am rocking the Swoleverine design, and we had some awesome new drops like my Swole Pony last week. We have Curl Bears. We have a lot of awesome new drops, so check it all out there over at papasolio.com. Let's jump into today's episode. Let's get into those Swole fam posts. Babe, just an inch. It's cold outside. All right, the text this week. What is one success you had last week and one thing you will do better this week? So a lot of times I ask maybe about a morning routine or an evening routine. A lot of you guys are tweaking things here and there, so you're updating. But I want to know, looking back from last week, what were you successful with? And then looking forward, one thing that you will do better this week. Diana says, I was better about drinking water and consistent about bedtime and waking up. I'm going to get stronger this week as I'll have a better range of motion on some exercise with my new weight bench. Woot. All right, D. Hector, I joined the group to take the first step, read the pillars. Okay. So that doesn't answer the question, but welcome, Hector. And reading the pillars, reading the 7 pillars would be their first step. And conveniently enough, today's Swole card is 7 pillars. So read them and then come back and then answer the question. All right. Welcome to the fam, Hector. Jen says, this week I went up in weight with my lifting. I've been putting it off like a weenie and finally pulled the trigger. I wrote up my own program so that I can finally pull the damn trigger and start training clients and start my weightlifting class at our jiu-jitsu school. I've been diligent about everything for a little over 12 weeks now, and I feel better. My clothes fit again. Muscles are coming in. I see more and more definition lately. I was my own guinea pig for all of this, and it's all falling into place now. My kids have been on spring break these past few weeks, so I'm back to my full training schedule and waking up early as of Tuesday. This week, I will focus on finishing writing up my curriculum for my classes, and I will manage my time better now that school is back in session so I can get to bed earlier. I'm itching to start the week strong and get things done. Oh, yeah. Lisa says, I had a day that was normally a gym day, but I had to go to a wake after work, so I got up at 5 a.m., went to the gym, then straight to work. Then I changed at work and went straight to the wake. It was a very long day, but I did it. Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. Remember the question. The question said, name one thing, right? One thing that you did that was successful last week and one thing that you're going to do better this week. So make sure you read the whole question. A lot of you are just kind of skimming or read the entire question. So I know who reads it and who doesn't, but very good. I'm glad you had a successful day, but make sure you answer the question. Make sure you answer the question. Comprehension, fam. This is a comprehension quiz. No, I'm just teasing. Micah says, I finally got enough time to get a decent workout in without compromising sleep. I plan on prioritizing training hard this week and going to the gym 4 times. Good for you, Micah. Michelle says, Yobish. The success I had was increasing in weights during my training, and this week I will aim to increase my reps using the same weight I did the week before. Straightforward, simple. That's what I like to hear. And we have one from Nate. Nate says, success owned the gym. My guy. Do better, no binging the bottle on the weekend. Meeting up with old bros pulled me into the poor decision mood. Riley says, I did really good about holding consistent to my maximum swole splits last week. However, I neglected recovery. Specifically, my sleep and yoga schedule. I will be doing yoga on Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday this week, and will be going to bed at 9 p.m. Bullish. All right. I know some of you get excited by the accountability text, and it's like, I'm going to do better this week, or, just make sure you read the whole thing, because I don't want you answering and then being like, oh, I missed the second part, because you get excited about the first part. So I ask it differently, a little subtle difference every single week. I'll ask a little subtle different question, but it's usually on the same vein, something to hold you accountable, something maybe to reflect on, something maybe to improve for this week. So just, make sure you read it and make sure you answer the question completely. That way you're on point and we're all on point. Okay. I was just teasing about the school, right? Reading comprehension. It's like, God, I get PTSD thinking about those prompts from like an English essay or something like that. My goodness. All right, let's get into some questions. Fam, if you have questions, drop in the comments down below, hashtag AskPapaSwolio. And let's get into, let's get into some questions. Let's load up live here. We'll take the first post from Kirik, 123-777. And Kirik says, is going to the gym 6 times a week a good decision for muscle growth? Well, going to the gym will allow you to progressively overload exercise to build muscle in combination with all the rest of your 7 pillars. But 6 times a week is unnecessary to go to the gym. Because if you're going to the gym to do some mobility, you're going just to do some cardio, you're going just to do some stretching or a yoga class, that's different, right? You're going to the gym and you're doing something that's active recovery, or going to the sauna. Maybe there's a sauna and a cold plunge at your gym, whatever, steam room, and you like to do that, that's fine. But lifting intensely 6 days a week is unnecessary. It's too much volume. And if you feel like you need to do 6 days a week, you're not training intensely enough. So you're not recovering enough. And the problem with the human body, and I wouldn't say a problem, but an issue, is that the human body is very easy to adapt to things. So if you go and you beat yourself up 6 days a week, you'll actually get used to beating yourself up 6 days a week, but you won't be fully recovered, and you'll see your muscle building and your progress stall because you're not recovering enough from the stimulus that you're providing. If you're providing a proper stimulus, and like we all know from Maximum Swole, inside Swolenormous X, if you're training properly, you're not going to be able to do 6 days a week. You're just going to be so wiped out and you see your numbers plummet. So you'll probably do much better with doing an upper lower split and doing 4 days a week of intense training. But like I said, if you go to the gym and you do other things, you don't have to, because sometimes you guys have gyms that are, it's a Lifetime Fitness or it's a Crunch or something where you have steam rooms, you have sauna, you have a lot of other things, maybe a pool, you like to go swimming. So there's other things that gym has in terms of amenities sometimes. So going to the gym isn't the only thing. It's what you're doing at the gym. So if you trained, you do all your lifting and you're, hey, I like to go and I feel like doing something and I have some free time, I'm going to go and do a little, 20 minutes on the bike or the Stepmaster, and you're going to watch a movie or something or take a call and just kind of get a little exercise and you feel good. There's nothing wrong with that as long as you're aiding recovery and you're not adding more fatigue and negatively affecting your workouts. Or there's a yoga class. So you're technically going to the gym, but maybe in the yoga section of the gym. So it's different. But intense muscle and lifting 6 days a week is too much. It's just too much. It really is. Okay, let's see. All right, Rye Guy, some people in the comments, Michelle's like, oh my God, 6 days a week. Yeah, I used to train that much. I wish I didn't. I would have made more progress. You know what? Let me explain a little bit more. Let me actually just, Rye Guy will take your question in a second. But I used to train 6 days a week. But I would do, let's say, push-pull legs or chest and biceps or chest and triceps, those kinds of splits. And the factor that confuses people is if you're segmenting body parts like that, you might not be actually sore in the muscle that you're training. So for example, if you're doing, let's say, classic chest and triceps, then you're doing back and biceps the next day. And then the next day you're doing legs, and then you're doing shoulders. And then you're going to do, I don't know, like whatever it is. Let's say you're doing chest and again. So you're having maybe 3-4 days between the same body part. So maybe locally you're not sore. Maybe you're not training intensely enough or whatever it is, but you don't feel fatigued. You don't feel sore in those muscles, but you've been training 4 or 5 days in a row. So systemically you're fatigued. Your central nervous system is blasted. You're just not recovering enough overall. So it's not just local recovery, it's systemic recovery. All right. Rye Guy, let's get back to your question on Rumble. Papa Swole, do you supplement with any essential or non-essential amino acids? If so, which ones and why not others? I just eat my protein. Things I take in my supplements, I mean, whey protein, collagen, glutamine, creatine, electrolytes, so, sodium chloride and potassium, magnesium glycinate, magnesium malate. So I'll take my magnesium, sodium, potassium. Glycine's great at night with collagen. So I'll get some non-essential amino acids, but I don't take like a non-essential or an essential or BCAA or anything like that. And the ones like glycine, glutamine, collagen, that's fantastic for your gut. It's great for leaky gut. And I'm telling you, if you guys want to really take your shit to the next level, I am a huge proponent of bone broth, collagen, high quality sources like that. If you need something, if you feel like you need a boost, if your joints are bothering you, or to increase the quality of your hair, skin, and nails, get a quality collagen. Nature Force, the whey protein that I use, they make a great collagen supplement. It's fantastic. So you take 20 grams a day or something like that, 10 to 30 or whatever grams a day. I like it in the morning. I like it in my coffee. I like it before I go to bed. I'll take it after I work out. I mix it in with my whey protein. It's fantastic. All right. Let's see. Mark. Got to make sure. I got to scan the questions first. Make sure there's nothing. Make sure there's nothing intermittent fasting related. Mark says, I know we talk a lot about oils and whatnot. Just curious what you think about ones manufactured overseas, such as olive oil from Italy. What I wouldn't do is cook with those things. So I think it's overrated. Obviously, different oils are going to have different processing. Some of them might be rancid depending on the processing or how long it's sitting on a shelf or the manufacturing or the bottle that it's in. But I wouldn't cook with it. So I don't use olive oil, but I wouldn't. I mean, you can get things like you can eat olives. You can eat, like I love pickles, fermented pickles. So there's a lot of great stuff. It's like the fruit from the trees. It's great. But I personally don't use olive oil. I just wouldn't cook with it. So if you're going to use it in something else, that's up to your own discretion. So obviously quality matters, and I'm sure some are more higher quality than others, but I personally don't use olive oil, and I wouldn't use it to cook. Yeah, olive oil has some benefits for, sometimes they'll mix them in like tallow for like creams, for like lotions, or, has benefits for using it in your hair and stuff like that too. Josh Colby Cheese. Papa Swole, can you explain active resting? Rest days are boring as fucking hard for me to stay clean, diet/booze. Well, that's ridiculous. This is just ridiculous. This is just an immature approach. And I'm really saying this with the best intent. Like, you're not exercising, so you're going to eat like shit and drink. That's so stupid. Right? The days that you're not training are just as important, if not more, than the days that you are training. It really is. When you're training, you're providing a stimulus. When you're recovering, you need to be recovering. Alcohol is the worst thing that you can do. It's one of the worst things you can do. It's going to negatively affect your sleep. It's going to negatively affect your metabolism. It's bad for your gut. It's just not good for you. So that's not helping. If you really want your training to be effective, your days off from intense training are just as important as it's your life. It's your life. So when we talk about active recovery, there really isn't such a thing, I would say, as active recovery. It's just the concept of you're not sitting on your ass. Because if you're doing, let's say, cardio is active recovery. You're training intensely. On an off day, you go and you get on your bike and you go mountain biking for like 30 miles. That's exhausting. You're going to fatigue yourself. So just because it's not heavy lifting doesn't mean it's not eating into your recovery for your weight training. So you have to keep that in mind. But active resting, go for a walk your dog, go in the sauna, Do some yoga. Maybe you and your friends, you're going to play some volleyball or something like that. You're going to go, I don't know, throw a Frisbee around. It's just activity. But understand, if you go and you play ultimate Frisbee for 6 hours, you're going to exhaust yourself. Yeah, you can get hurt. Okay, that's aside from that risk. You might fatigue yourself, and the next day, you're a little bit more wiped out because you're in the sun playing Frisbee all day. It's going to negatively affect your lifting, objectively. So just keep that in mind. Active resting just means you're not sitting on the couch watching Netflix all the time. That's what it means. All right, Will on YouTube. Papa Swole, I work out early in the morning around 4 a.m. Good man. Do I need to eat a meal before I work out, or is it that big of a deal? You need just to figure out what works best for you. You need to figure out what works best for you. If I'm getting up at 4 a.m. to train, I'm not eating a full meal. What I will do is make sure I get my electrolytes in. I'll have my drink. I might not, because you want to get fluid in. You want to be hydrated the night before. Of course, you don't want to drink so much you're getting up all night every couple of minutes to piss, but you want to make sure you're well hydrated. That's the most important thing. So in the morning, if I felt like I needed some carbs, I would take a couple tablespoons of honey, have my electrolyte mix with my creatine, glutamine, whatever it is, and I would go to work. So I used to train that early, and I would wake up, and I definitely didn't want to have a full stomach. So it would have to be something light that would absorb, and something like honey is just great for getting some simple carbs in that it's not going to weigh you down, that's going to absorb quickly and be a nice boost. So that'd be my recommendation. No protein, no fats and things like that. You don't want a big heavy meal. So if you're working out at 4, it depends on how soon after you wake up. If you're working out, you're going to the gym, you wake up at 4 and you're training at 4:30, half an hour, maybe that gives you a little more flexibility based on what you eat so it settles. But if you're waking up and going into your garage and within 5-10 minutes of waking up, you're getting going to move, you probably don't want to have anything heavy. So I love honey just because it's simple carbs, it's great for you. And man, does that not weigh you down at all. Sometimes even if I'm in the middle of a workout, because I train on different aspects of my house, I have some weights over here. So I'll kind of come back inside when it's really hot. I'll do a couple exercises over here. I'll come in the house for an exercise or two just because it's so damn hot and I might feel a little wiped out. I'll have a couple tablespoons of honey sometimes during the middle of my workout, but I train, obviously we have a gym at home. So, all right. That's my take on it. Rajab PVT, Papa Solio, at what age should you start going to the gym? There is no age to start. The gym is just where you train. So if you have kids or you're young, first off, a lot of gyms with insurance are going to require you to be with a parent. I wouldn't recommend a 12-year-old just go and start lifting weights. You need to make sure you're doing it properly, not overloading yourself. But you could train at 8 years old if you have very light weights and you have a 7 or an 8-year-old and they have light weights or 1-pound dumbbells and they're pushing and they're lifting it. They're not going to hurt themselves. They're doing it with mommy and daddy. It's going to be fine. You can still teach them proper form. They're just not overloading them. You're not sitting there over there like, come on, 2 more, push it. And the little 5-year-old's like, yeah. You don't get dinner if you don't get 5 reps. You're not doing a 5-rep max with like a 7-year-old, but you can still teach them how to lift. You could give them a rope to climb. They really need full body movements. Great things are like medicine balls, like the slam balls. They could pick it up and throw it. Kids love to throw things, they like to climb things. So give them physical activity, but they don't have to push to failure. They're not doing that's necessarily a structured program. As you get, I would say, if you want to start lifting seriously and really start learning form and really start pushing and doing like a strength program, I would wait until you're probably, I would say 13 at the earliest, 14, 15 is probably a good age where you're really not going to, if you do it properly, you're not going to damage things. It's really great for confidence. It's great for just physical capacity. But, after puberty is really a good time to start overloading in that sense. But it doesn't mean you can't do training. You're just not pushing yourself to failure. You're not trying to put on a muscle when you're like 7 or 8 years old, because that's not going to happen. So proper form, lightweight, you can still enjoy and do it with your parents and stuff. Papa Swolio, best supplements for beginners: proper food, proper sleep, 7 pillars. Period. I mean, creatine's great, so I think pretty much everyone should be taking creatine. Creatine, glutamine, there's just basics, collagen, protein, that's fine. But proper nutrition, proper sleep, all those habits, and proper form. The number one thing that beginners don't have is they're not eating proper food, and their form sucks, and they're not in a good program. So you don't have to be doing anything fancy. You're not going to be doing SARMs. You don't need peptides. When you're 15, you're starting to work out. You don't need a whey protein, but a grass-fed protein is quality. But you need proper overall habits and consistency and a good program and just the basics. Just the basics. Yes, I want Pinksy. Yes, I want pinks. I want the pinks. Pinky's not in here yet. I do. We'll have to pause for Pinky. We'll do a Pinky pause. PK says broth has replaced sweet tea and other shit drinks, and I can tell that it makes me feel so much more alive. The joint health benefits are real. Good stuff. Bone broth, beef liver, the basics. Yeah, we all want Pinkston. Will, with what you said, what honey do you recommend to get? I would go to local farmers markets and get a raw honey. The reason why it's really great to get local and raw is because if it's a local farm and it's raw, you're getting bees that are pollinating in your area. So, I mean, raw honey from anywhere is great, but it's really great for allergies and it's really great just for your overall immune system if you're getting something local in your area as close as possible, because then you're getting bees that are creating honey in your local environment. So that's what I would recommend. So I would look up farmers markets, or even maybe it could be a little store. Maybe you have a Sprouts or something that has local farmers, they distribute locally. So I would look into local farmers markets and go and check it out. Most farmers markets will have honey. That's a pretty standard thing. And even if it's not like next door, maybe it's, in your area of the state, it's still beneficial. So that's what I would recommend. Please don't spam the chat. All right, let's see what else we got here. Shahanto PG. How to grow chest to add weight and add reps. Choose an exercise that's stable that you can progressively overload and add weight, add reps over time. It's that simple. I would say one of the ideal machines, if you're going to do a chest machine, is a chest press that has converging handles, because you're not getting the converging benefits on dumbbells or a barbell. It's not absolutely essentially required, but if you can get a chest press, or your gym has one where the handles come towards each other, that's generally a better option, because you're getting more of the articulation of the actual shoulder joint that's going to activate the chest. So that's a great idea. A lot of times, everyone's different when it comes to upper chest, how many clavicular fibers you have. Some people have a real massive upper chest, some people don't. So for some people, incline. For a lot of people, incline's the better option to focus on. But you have to make sure that when you're doing incline, you're not flaring your elbows a lot. So if you really want to hit your upper chest, you want to get shoulder flexion. So you really want to choose exercise like the handles that are more tucked in by the sides of the body. So you're getting that kind of shoulder flexion and you're coming up. You could do incline flies with cables. You could use wrist cuffs for that. You could do a pec deck machine. But if your elbows are too flared, you're not going to be getting the pec fibers as much. You want to keep your elbows more tucked in, like 45 degrees or so. Aaliyah A. Papa Soleil, what should I eat on a rest day? The same things that you would eat on a non-rest day. Eat your food, get your protein in, aim for about 1 gram per pound of body weight, and fill in the gaps there. You may or may not be as hungry. It doesn't matter. Make sure you're getting enough protein in. And again, you'll know if you're building muscle, if your strength is going up, if your reps are going up, if you're, improving, especially if you're doing a new exercise or new to lifting, your strength is going to go up before you start building muscles. So you have to keep your programming consistent and keep on progressively overloading for weeks at a time. That way you start building muscle using those exercises. So eating on a rest day, people act like I'm not exercising. I'm not lifting today. What should I eat? I don't know. The same fucking stuff. What are you talking about? Eat your food. Oh, Cerny. I'm sorry to hear that. I have done that many times. Cerny says I smacked my head on my Smith bar for the 100th time, got a knot on my head. I need to pay more attention. Oh yeah, I've gotten that. I've hit my head on the bar. So what I would recommend, you don't want to trip and fall, so you want to put it at the bottom, but put it all the way up. You know what you could do, Cerny? Put it all the way up and hang like a ribbon from it. That way you're noticing the ribbon in your face. You know, you could hang something on it. That way it catches your attention. On the side, you mean the actual side where the weights go, or in the middle of the bar? Because I've hit my head on the side, on the weight horns of it. Because I have mine outside, so I'm ducking under. I've hit it a couple times, and I don't do it anymore because I know it's there. Like hang a towel on it, because the thing is sometimes you won't see it because you see all the metal in the corner of your eye. You don't see it, but if you hang like a white towel on it, you'll know the white towel's there, and you avoid the white towel. Yeah, it happens. It sucks. Master Pablo. Obviously, no one has the same genetics, but I was watching some old school bodybuilding videos. And this one guy, I forgot his name, only did incline bench for chest and triceps. Could I do the same? Only did incline for chest and triceps. Could you do the same? You could, but you're not going to get the same results as them. So this depends. Some people have certain body parts that just grow adjacent to other exercises. Because when you're doing chest pressing, you're getting some triceps. This is why if I'm doing a chest press and then an overhead press, I'm not going to do a JM press also. Hold on. We got Pinkston coming. Here we go. We got her. We got her. Yay. Say hi to the Swole fam. Kisses. Morning, Pinks. She made a poop. She made a poop on the pad. Very successful. Good potty. Good potty. Say hi to everyone. Look at the little toe beans. Look at the little toe beans. You sleepies? Oh. Oh, she's so cute. She's so cute. Oh, I love you. I love you. You're so cute. Okay. Rufus, go to your place. Place. Go to your place. You want to lay there? Okay. All right. So let me get back to Mr. Mustard. Johannes, the mustard man. Sheena says she's smaller than my cat. My cat is 13 pounds. Pinkston's like 5 pounds. She's like 5 pounds. So let me get back to Master Pablo. So for example, if you do incline bench and your triceps, if you have massive triceps because you're doing pressing, you might not need to do a lot of focused tricep exercises. That's just the way it is. So you might not need to do it. Like if I'm doing heavy chest press and then heavy overhead press, I'm not going to do heavy JM press because on the same day, because I'm getting my middle and my lateral head of my triceps a lot from doing all that pressing movement. So on that day, I'll do like a single arm or just like a tricep extension or push down with my upper arm locked in position. That way I'm getting a little bit more of the long head of the triceps. So I kind of program it in that sense. But if you're getting a lot of triceps development from pressing, you might not have to do a lot of triceps. Maybe you do like a set or two a week. It doesn't have to be as much. You don't need the same volume for every single body part, by the way. Everyone thinks that every body part, some body parts are very small and they are very basic exercise and they're very basic movements. Like the triceps, like it extends. I mean, the chest, you don't have there isn't a lot of variety really for a lot of these things. You have to find something you like and then just progressively overload it. But if you have massive triceps, then why would you be spending all day training your triceps, right? Because then you're going to get muscle imbalances. So if you're trying to aesthetically or just physically balance out your body, if you have a lot of triceps, You just don't need to focus directly on them as much. Maybe you train them once a week, and other body parts, you train them twice a week. So not everyone's going to get, like you said, obviously no one has the same genetics. You've seen this over the years. If you ever watch bodybuilding, some bodybuilders just have body parts that are overwhelmingly more muscular and bigger than other things. They have to bring up other body parts. So they'll usually not train some of these body parts for months at a time. If you have really overwhelming triceps, you're not going to train them frequently because you don't need to. You don't need that stimulus there. They're getting enough. So it really depends on you. If you feel like you're getting enough and you are getting enough, then that's great. Then it simplifies. But most people are not going to get a great ton of tricep activation enough that they're not going to need other direct tricep training. Most things are bigger than pinky. Robbie Garrett, best thing for shoulder pain / clicking, dead hangs. Dead hangs from a bar. Dead hangs from a bar. That's one of the best things you can do. One of. All right. Lozio Max. Papa Swole, I work at night and during the day my body feels wrecked. How do I find the motivation? Working at night, flipping your circadian rhythm is probably one of the worst things you could do for the body. So you're just taking years off your life and your hormones are jacked up. I don't blame you. You're not going to find the motivation. You're going to have to push through and do whatever you can and or get on a schedule or find a job that's going to allow you to work during the day. There's really no other way about it. You're exhausted. You're chronically exhausted and you're telling me like, how can I fix this? It's like by not doing that. You're not supposed to be working at night. I'm not saying you don't. I mean, look, you get paid overtime or double time and a half, and some people have to work security. And look, there's incentives for that. Usually when you work those kinds of jobs, you get paid more because it's brutal on your health. So you're getting short-term gratification, maybe a higher wage, but you're going to pay for it on the back end and overall in your life. It's not worth it, in my opinion. But if you're a doctor, you're a nurse, and you're on call, I mean, there's so many different jobs that have wild hours. So I'm not saying that, I'm not telling you to not do it, but that's why you feel fucking wiped out. You feel wrecked because you are wrecked. Side-eye, no Chad. Papa Soy, do you find Nordic curls hard? Sure. Nordic curls, if you find Nordic curls easy, there's something wrong with you or you're doing them wrong. Nordic curls are very hard. I was actually thinking about, I haven't done them in a few weeks. I was probably going to bring them back into my program. Nordic curls are great, underrated, and very, very good for you. They're very hard. Michelle, I'm in week 14 of Swole season, back with bicep pump. The close grip pull down, I feel more in my triceps than my back. Clearly my form is off. Any tips? Depends on what your close grip is like. So if you're trying to do back, go a little bit wider. So close grip pull down, you could do a single arm pull down, maybe change the angle so you're not pulling from directly overhead. If you want to hit your lats, you can go more from like this position. You don't have to be all the way overhead. Here is as much as you need. If you want to target your lats, you could even go here and pull in and swap that out for a lat biased row. If you want to do a pull down, like a wide pull down, just pull down like that, frontal plane. So if you're trying to do back, and you might think that you're getting your triceps, but it's also probably the teres major as well. Maybe a little long head depending, but make sure you're using wrist wraps so you're not sacrificing your form based on grip. I followed the video with a rope. A close grip pull down with a rope. I'd have to see it. I don't know if I don't know when I would have a rope for a pull down. Do you mean like a straight arm pull down? Close grip pull down. So close grip pull down is like this, with your hands closer together, but you're better off going a little bit wider. So what are you trying to hit? If you're trying to hit a lat bias row, you could also swap that out with like a elbow tucked, just a cable row or something with your elbows tucked in. You don't have to go over your head if you don't want to. Okay, so you're doing like the straight, so it's a straight arm pull down, not a close grip pull down. So if you're using a rope, you could use a bar, and also don't go as far over your head. You don't have to go all the way up. So maybe go like, so you may be at like 70 degrees, and that'll keep more of the tension on your lats. Tanvira, how can I convince my mom that creatine isn't a scary PED or anything bad? She's terrified that I've been taking it. Show her what creatine is. Show her some videos. There's tons of videos on YouTube, I'm sure, that have like animations that explain what creatine is or where you find creatine. Just give her information. And then she can at least, or show her, experts or people that know what it is and explaining things, Creatine's fantastic. She should be taking creatine. So just show her what it is. It's definitely not. It's not a performance enhancing drug. It's eat more steak, That's very much like 2002. People being afraid that creatine is some sort of anabolic steroid. It's not. You have to cycle creatine. It's like, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Storm Machine, I've been a night shift local truck driver for 3 years, and the chronic exhaustion is tough. I am changing careers come fall, going back to school to be an electrician, never doing night again. Smart. You're gonna be so much better for it. You're gonna be so much better for it. It's gonna take you a little bit to get back on a regular sleep schedule, but once you do that, you're gonna feel so much better. And what a good idea to do such a vocation like electrician or plumbing, and it's such a great skill. And so needed and so valuable, always beneficial. You can always specialize or do certain things from it or start your own company and stuff like that. It's fantastic. Yep. All right. Last chance for questions, and then we're going to get into some videos, and we have awesome new releases. So, by the way, join us over at swolenormousx.com. You get access to the app. So those of you that are asking, hey, do you have a workout program? Do you have this? Yes, we have it all inside the Swolenormous app, available in the App Store or Google Play. So make sure you download the app today and get access to all the master classes. Man, we dropped a master class last week. You can journal, schedule, custom playlists, stream it to your TV, download offline, community. You can post questions and share pictures and all that kind of stuff. You get access to the Telegram chat and all the things. You get access to the website, so you can still browse it and use swolenormousx.com on the web, but the Swolenormous app is the GOAT. So make sure you go join the fam today, swolenormousx.com. Less than $1 a day. You can get access to all of our amazing content. And today is a release day, so we're releasing new stuff every single week. And we always do that. So the app just keeps on getting more and more chock full of awesome shit. So join us today over at swolenormousx.com. Yeah! The app is called Swolenormous. The Swolenormous app. Swolenormous. If you go to the link in my bio, if you're watching on TikTok, we're about to shut off. So if you go to papaswolio.com where you pick up the merch, Swoleverine and all the other designs that are 20% off the entire site, you'll see in the menu, you'll see the app, you'll see podcast links, you'll see all the places to download and stuff like that. So in fact, right now we're going to go over and we're going to be exclusively on Rumble and YouTube. So if you're on TikTok, come on over, The Daily Swole for the rest of the podcast on Rumble or YouTube. Thanks for being here. Subscribe, join the fam, all that good stuff. Thanks for being here, TikTok. And let's keep a move on. Let's keep it moving. All right. Let's see what we got here. Let's watch this video. I watched most of it. This I posted yesterday, and someone shared this and said, this is why I pay for the internet. So let's go balls deep and let's get into some new releases and with some videos. Be a fun time. Deep. Okay, so let's get into this first one. This person said, this is why I pay for the internet. This is why you pay for the internet? So let's just watch this. It's going to be fun. Let's rewind it. Gay parking only.
Are you gay?
No, I'm not. Are you?
Oh, you're not gay? So this is a gay parking only right here? Oh, for God's sakes, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, it's a new thing, sir.
Never heard of that before.
I know, it's like part of Trump's thing.
It doesn't seem like something Trump would be into.
Yeah, I think he just came out the closet. He's gay, too.
What?
Yeah, Trump. I don't know if you heard about that.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. If you could just, like, give me your best gay voice.
I'm not gay.
You're not? Oh, it's gonna be a fine then, sir. I'm gonna have to write it down. It's gonna be $69. Unless you just admit you're gay, then I'll just let you go.
Okay, I'm gay then.
You're gay? All right.
Can I leave the car here for now?
Yeah, if you could just answer these questions real quick. If you could just give me your best gay voice.
I'm gay.
How many men have you slept with?
I can't count.
You can't count them? You lost track?
Yes.
All right. Are you a top or a bottom?
I'm flexible.
You're flexible? Holy shit. All right. On a scale of 1 through 10, how gay are you?
10.
10? All right. Last question here. Do you spit or do you swallow?
Spit.
You spit? All right. And then does your family know you're gay?
Yes.
Yeah? All right, for sure. All right, you're all good, man.
I love how the guy went along with it. Oh, my God. What an awesome question. Can you I can't imagine, like, I mean, people go being so confrontational with people like that, going out and doing that on the street type shit, fucking around with people. That's so funny. That was so funny. I enjoyed it. I think he is gay, by the way. I think that guy was gay. All right, let's get into a couple recipes. Let's get into some recipes now available over in the Swolenormous app.
What's in the box?
First recipe, fam. I mean, first recipe is veggie burgers. Veggie burgers. I know. Greek chicken burger. Greek chicken burger. A lot of veggies. A lot of veggies. So, hey, you want to eat chicken? You want to make it a burger? I don't know. It looks like a veggie burger to me, to be honest. But now available inside the Swolenormous app. Greek chicken burger. Okay. Okay. Veggie burgers. Aight. Okay. Okay. Greek chicken burger. Anyone? Bueller? Bueller? Okay.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah. All right. Next one. Greek chicken burger.
What's in the box?
Let's see what we got. Ooh, that's, fam, this is interesting. That's an interesting one. I think you guys can get behind this. Sweet potato nachos.
Boom shakalaka!
Hey, not bad. Not bad. Not bad. What do you guys think?
Give me all the bacon and eggs you have.
Sweet potato nachos. Swap out the nachos for some sweet potatoes. That's creative. That's awesome. Not bad. Sweet potato nachos coming up strong behind the veggie burger. Someone said a radish on nachos. Is there a radish on it? Or is that onion? Or is that one of those beets? Beets. Horrifying. Anyway, look. You can make these nachos if you don't want to put the onions on it or whatever the fuck the green stuff is, then don't. But it's a cool idea. You can put ground beef on, you know, toasted sweet potatoes, some avocado. Come on, you guys can be creative. All right. All right, we got one more recipe and then we'll get into another balls deep video. Fam, you've been waiting for it. You're like, where's the beef? Cerny's like, where's the beef?
What's in the box?
Grilled Asian. A grilled Asian steak of skewers. A grilled Asian. Grilled Asian. Xi Jinping steak skewers. Now these are great, but tariff 5,000%. A very expensive Asian steak skewers. All right. That looks nice. That looks nice. That looks nice. Big tariffs on these though. Heap big tariff. Hey. All right. Grilled Asian steak skewers. What's the leaves? What's the grass all over that? What the fuck is all over that? Is that parsley? Come on, man. Get that fucking shit off my beef. All right. Now available. Let's get into a balls deep video. What we got here?
What's in the box?
What's in the box? Let's do this one. Let's start with a short one. That's what she said. Pay more in taxes. Let's check out this video.
Well, you know, a 90-day pause doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, cilantro.
to anyone because people are, as you say, struggling with everything they're living with on a day-to-day basis. Now you know what we're fighting against. But I also believe that it's very important to remind people that now is the time for each and every one of us to suck it up and make sure that we know what we need to take care of. If you're in an area where the school district is losing, then you got to pay a little more taxes and you got to help the schools out. If you're finding that your libraries are falling apart, you have to give more.
Hey, you got to pay more taxes. Look, the last thing you want to be paying attention to is Whoopi Goldberg on anything logical or common sense, especially on tariffs. These are dumb bitches. They don't know the first fucking thing about tariffs. I'm not a tariff expert, but my God. I mean, you're not watching these stupid twats anyway, so just absolute lunacy. Okay. All right. What a train wreck. Anyway, let's get into the Swolenormous app. These are featured classes. We rotate these every single week. Flexibility Flow with Genevieve. Very nice. First class featured this week is the Flexibility Flow with Genevieve. We have featured Swollen 7 is Mace Round 5. Round 5. Swollen 7 Mace con Papi Swolio. And then, of course, the featured workout is Arms 1. Fucking based. Fucking based.
And that's the way, I like it.
Casey and the Sunshine Band. All right. Very nice featured classes. And then we're going to get right into some yoga and some moich. Yoga and moich. You want yoga? You like the yoga, don't you? All right. Well, let's get into another video first. Pick a number 1 or 2. How are people still watching The View? I want to know what the viewership is. What's the viewership on The View? Like 7 people? All right, pick a number 1 or 2, and let's get into. We got 2 more videos. We got 2 more releases. It's a great day. It's a beautiful day to make some sick fucking gains. Sheena, numero 2, rooted in diet culture. Sheena, do me a favor, Sheena.
What's in the box?
Grab the dust buster and just kind of clean up the corner while you're over there, okay?
Okay, so I know this is like one of the only fatphobic comments on this cooking video, but I need to address it because I haven't talked about this subject in a little bit, so.
Is this a throwback from 2021?
Let's get into it. You do not need to earn your food. That's it. You don't need to earn your food. You don't need to work out for your food. You don't need to burn your calories for your food. You are.
This is so like 1994. Like, I'm eating a big meal. I'm going to go work it off. Yeah, that's not really how it works.
Allowed to eat without earning your food. You are allowed to eat without working out for it. Working out is not a consequence for what you eat. And this way of thinking, this idea that you have to earn your food in order to eat, is rooted in diet culture. And diet culture is rooted in racism and white supremacy. Diet culture is a way to control people, but most importantly, it's a way to control women.
Diet culture is a way to control people. You mean Marxism? You mean oppression dynamics? Is that what you're talking about? Being a pussy? That's pretty much what it is. I'm a pussy, and rather than step up and not be a pussy anymore, I'm just gonna, pretend like everyone else is oppressing me so I can continue to be a pussy. And you can feel sorry for me. You can support me because I'm pathetic. That's what she's saying.
It's a way to control us, to make us worried about our fucking body and how we look.
You should a little bit. Just my opinion.
We don't pay attention to anything else. It's a control mechanism. See how everything's fucking linked? So in reality, the act of not feeling bad for eating is a rebellion against the patriarchy.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if you look like a slob and you treat your body like shit, why am I going to... Okay. Well, just take that for what it's worth, which is jack shit. Not worth anything. Okay, let's get into another awesome release, fam. We got a major release today. Who's ready for new yoga? I want to see in the comments, who's ready for yoga? You ready for yoga? Are you ready for yoga? Drop in the comments down below. Mark's got that one. I know Mark. Mark's got that under control. Mark's got that's why Mark's lifting so heavy. Mark's doing maximum swole so he can handle those chubbies. All right. Tried going up a flight of stairs. How about that? Here we go. Brand new yoga, but it's not just yoga. Yoga and moich.
What's in the box?
We got big yoga today. Look at that, poppers. We got a brand new yoga series. Master your motherfucking hips. Not a class, a series. Fam, you got tight hips? You got tight hips? We got you. All right, Master Your Hips series. Let's go through this a little bit. Actually, I don't want to go too far, so let me make sure. Let's see, how many are there? 5, I think. All right, let's go through these. All right, Master Your Hips series. The first video, look at the puppers. Hip Mobility Foundations. Hip Mobility Foundations, video 1. So this is a course that you go through, okay? It's not just one class that you do. So if you want to improve your hips, this is great. Keep in mind that what you learn through the courses like this is fantastic for customizing your own Swollen 7, your own like pre-strength training warm-up. It's great for before legs. You'll learn certain moves like, wow, this really opens up this. You could do it before a leg day kind of thing. So Hip Mobility Foundations, class number 1, followed by Gentle Hip Openings, followed by number 3, Stretch, Strengthen, and Surrender. Surrender to the games. Video 4, Deep Stretch for Tight Hips. And video 5 is Strength Through Stillness. So legit, thank you, Alex, for a great course. Now available. All right, so great classes, and go through these. Set yourself up, whether you do them all in, you don't have to do them all in one day, but you could do them over the course of, a couple days, or watch them and then do them. Master Your Hip series. So if your hips are tight, obviously we have a lot of yin for hips. We have a lot of hips and twists. You type in hips in the search, you're going to find so many damn things, but this is like a targeted, focused course that's going to take you through a progression. So, and it's for everyone. It's for all levels. Can you hear Rufus snoring? Can you hear him? He's snoring. All right, 1 second, fam. 1 second. I got to go check something. 1 second. All right, I had to go check something, and then I had to pee, so now we're back. Now we don't have to rush or anything. I had to pee. Okay, so now let's get back into it. So thank you, Alex, for a great hip series. Super dope, super awesome. Okay, who's ready for merch? Actually, we do one more video. I think we got one more video. That's right. Epiphany. Oh my God. Let's do one more. Epiphany at 2, and then we got the merch release. Who's ready for merch?
What's in the box?
Who's ready for merch? You guys are ready.
He's heating up!
Epiphany at 2.
When did you know that you were transgender?
I blame a friend of mine, Annie. I was 2 years old, sitting in nursery school on the floor.
You're 2 years old. You're 2 years old. No one here remembers, and no one remembers anything at 2 years old. You don't. You have no memories at 2. Don't fucking lie.
Annie, I was 2 years old, sitting in nursery school on the floor.
That was a lie.
One does. She was the only girl in the class that had short hair. I was looking at her sitting on one of those little 2-year-old desks that they have, and I
You don't remember shit at 2 years old. Shut up.
saw her bisected through the desk, like top and bottom, where below she was wearing these Mary Jane shoes and above she had short hair. And it was an epiphany to me that the way you looked on one part of yourself may not be the way you are to somewhere else. She looked like a boy above the desk, and below the desk was wearing very feminine shoes and dress. And
Nah, this is retarded. You didn't remember shit. You're not processing stuff like that at 2. Give me a fucking break. Maybe you're a 4 or 5. What a liar.
I said to myself,
What a liar. Just a lie. Just an absolute lie. A straight up, flat out lie. The other person's not like, you don't remember anything at 2. Didn't happen.
well, maybe that's sort of how I am too, that people see me as a boy because I have short hair, but there's something else to me.
What's your opinion on Trump saying that there's only 2 genders?
So this is the kind of
Biology?
Religious or honestly sacrilegious, because I believe that even Christianity sees a bigger and beautiful God that which we're all created in the image of. There's more gender diversity, there's more diversity of God, and that isn't a bad thing. It reeks of Germany in the 1930s, the way things can very quickly escalate from attacks on one's rights to attacks on one's lives. So I'm going to get to go to camp one of these days, and I'm not going to have to worry about retirement. But the reality is I feel like my life is very quickly going to become under attack in this country, that I'm going to be erased from public and private existence and then exterminated. I'm terrified. Obviously, this is not a president who in any sense of the word is aware of reality in the world. And I just hope we make it through it.
Yeah, her patriot voice. What the fuck? Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't have to say anything about it because retardation speaks for itself. So anyway, let's leave that there. I don't have to say anything. Stupid is a stupid does. Hashtag 7 pillars for a chance to win today's Swole card.
The more you hate me, the more you will learn.
Hashtag 7 pillars. Okay, who's ready for new merch? Let's get into some more important stuff. That was ridiculous. That was just ridiculous. Last week, we dropped My Swole Pony. How many of you picked up the My Swole Pony? That is going to be a crush design, especially when I haven't worn it in a video yet. There's a bunch of designs I haven't worn in videos yet, but man, this one's going to pop. This one's going to be like the barbell girl. This one's going to bop. This one's going to bop. So check it out. Merch. We got new merch. We got new merch, though. New merch. Who's ready? You ready? Okay. I grew up at this show. It's a great show. Great show. Greatest show in the world. I watched it. I liked it. It's the best. I've never seen a show like it. This is going to be... This is what you want. This is what you want. He was able to go into different worlds, jump into books. He was able to do everything, including make sick fucking gains.
What's in the box?
I present to you Swole Gumby. Jacked as fuck. Yeah. All right. What a great fucking shirt. I grew up watching Gumby. I love Gumby. This is Gunby. Gunby. Making those gains. All right. What a great shirt. Simple, straight to the point. Jacked. Just fucking yoked. And let me tell you, if you zoom in, where's the beard logo? Look at those nips. Look at those nips. Look at those nips. The beard logo is the nips. The beard logo is the nips. Let's fucking go. That's it. That's what I'm talking about. Beard nips. Look at that. That'd be great on a flag. Look at that. Look at that mug. It was awesome. It was awesome. Beard nips. The nips. The beard is the nips. Fuck yeah. I love it. 20% off. 20% off everything. All right, so now everything's going to be loaded up and officially made live in the app. Yeah, Pokey, Prickle, and Goo. So obviously, the people that made this were fucking horn dogs. I just wanted to do a design that was just Gumby because the horse, we did one with Prickle and all of them, but it's better just Gumby. It's better with just Gumby. Maybe we'll do other designs. Maybe we'll do one with like Prickle, Jacked. But Gumby is, people know Gumby. If I made Jacked Goo, people are going to be like, what the fuck is this? You know? Anyway. Gumby. Super dope. Great as a sticker, too. That's great. But this is great for even, these are great kids' designs, too. You want to get one for your kid. Your kid likes Gumby. It's fucking awesome, right? Yeah, the blockheads. Yeah. So maybe we have other designs going on, but Gumby's the most recognizable one, so we start here. All right. Yeah, Alex, we got that one coming too. Gumby's the man. We call it Gunby. G-U-N, Gunby. Now, this is going to be called Swole Gumby. All right, awesome new drop. Fam, thanks for being here. We got a new Swole card to give away. Today's Swole card is 7 Pillars, of course. Make sure you take a moment, meditate a little bit on your 7 pillars. So if you didn't get into the accountability text, you should be doing this every day. Again, this is why inside the Swolenormous app, you have the 7 Pillars journal. So you can track your pillars and you can you could journal what you're working on and what you are improving on and save it all in your app. So make sure you focus on your 7 pillars every day. And a reminder that this weekend, we had an episode. We had Saturday and Sunday Swolosophy. Saturday's episode, The Hidden Pillar. How many of you checked out the Spotify episodes? The Hidden Pillar on Saturday, that was 3263. Very important in conjunction with your 7 pillars. So make sure you go listen to that episode. All right. Hashtag 7 pillars. We'll give it away right fucking now. 7 pillars. 7. ¿Cuántos pillars? 7. Sí, señor. 7 pillars. All right, today's winner is Rye Guy 44. Congratulations! Congratulations, fam. Thank you. Rye Guy, send us an email to support@swolenormous.com, Swole card 3265 in the subject, your mailing address in the body of the email. Thank you for being here. Give it away, give it away, give it away, give it away now. We did. It's given. It's given. It's away. It's not even here anymore. It's gone. It's gone. The 7 pillars. It's gone. It's over. There's no more 7 pillars card. This one will never be seen again unless you're at Rye Guy's house. So anyway, congratulations. Send us that email. Fam, thanks for being here. Enjoy those new releases. And we got a lot more stuff coming. Join us over at swolenormousx.com. Hit the like button, subscribe. If you have not yet done so, another call for it, please head on into your podcast app. You can comment on Spotify. You can watch on Spotify. You can leave a comment and I can reply to it. So if you listen to the weekend episodes, I encourage you to listen on Spotify and drop a comment. And then I can see it. And then I can respond. It's cool. You can't do that on Apple Podcasts, but anywhere you listen to, leave a 5-star review. It helps a lot. Share it with your friends. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. And we will talk to you tomorrow. Peace, McGee's. Deuce Magoose, your boy Papa Swolio.
Need a straight jacket, cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing, like an IPO trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans, I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. That's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint, yeah. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. On topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits. I'm in my element, no